Hi, do you have a PC setup that looks like a couple cavemen threw some rocks and some sticks together and called it a day? Do you endlessly live vicariously through these big tech YouTubers and their amazing, aesthetically pleasing, and nut-busting builds? Well, guess what? Me too. Only my PC setup has gone through many changes to get me to the point of godlike PC master race status. Today we're going to go through those. Let's begin this journey in late 2013, better known as my prepubescent stages of youth. I was 16. I had a little garbage laptop that I would constantly watch streamers and whatnot play video games on, and I wanted a PC so bad. My friend Eric was big into PCs, and we both just had Xbox 360, so that's the only thing that we would play together. And one day he comes to me and tells me that his brother-in-law is selling a gaming PC for $400. Unfortunately, I only had $200 at the time, but Eric, being the freaking awesome friend that he is, hooked it up, and he paid $200, I paid $200, and then I just paid him back the $200 soon after that. So I remember taking this big old thing, it was a full tower, taking it home and just plopping it up on the table, and my stepdad looks at me like I was insane. So I did what any normal teenager would do, and I told him to mind his damn business and to stop interfering with my life. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's a cool guy. No, I just explained to him how awesome it would be to finally be able to, play PC game. So let's take a walk down memory lane with some terribly taken photos. They actually kind of look like they were taken by a squirrel with Parkinson's using literally a potato. So yeah, let's do that. So the other day I was sitting here minding my own business, scrolling through Facebook as I do when I'm extremely bored and lonely. So anyways, a Facebook memory came up of this post, and logically I thought, hey, this might be an interesting topic to bore people with, so I'm doing it. This was my first setup. Well, my first computer anyways. Notice a fan here sitting at the bottom of the case being more useless than me at my job. Notice the delicate wiring strewn all over the place with no regard to cable management's looks or safety. I gotta say, OSHA would not be happy. Now I'm gonna have to ask you not to drool all over yourself with this superb setup. And yet again, no cable management. Also, there's enough dust there to have the CDC called in. So yeah, the last thing I'd like you to notice is the Mountain Dew can, as that might be a reoccurring theme in these images. Then we moved to a different room, which was just down the hall from my previous room, and it just had a little more space for my computer setup. And just like that, we are in March of 2014. You'll notice here that there are a couple of upgrades. One is the 80-inch TV as a monitor, which I got for Christmas from my lovely parents. Thank you, Mom and Pops. It's not really an 80-inch, but sitting that close and using a 32-inch, it might as well be an 80-inch. Also the desk, which is actually a funny story. So basically, after skateboarding with a friend one day, I just happened to see this two-piece desk sitting on a lawn with a free sign on it. So what did I do? You damned right I stopped and took it apart, stuffed it into my Chevy Cavalier, took that home, cleaned it, and set that thing up. And I loved it for a long time, actually. I also got a webcam to talk to strangers on Omegle, so yeah, that was a thing I did. The last thing I'd like to point out here is the tiny Pikachu I got from McDonald's I was working at. He's important for later, so remember him. Also, we're gonna take a break here and watch a video of me doing pull-ups in high school because holy cow, this goose is gold. Okay, contain your laughter and listen up because we're about to get wild. Fast forward to July 2014, I convinced my close friend Tavish to build a PC while simultaneously buying myself an FX 8320 and a new motherboard, which is just a lot better process. So now I had an extra CPU and motherboard just sitting there. With Christmas coming up, we're now in August by the way, try and keep up, Tavish and I decide to also build his older brother, who is one of my best friends, a PC. Using my old CPU and motherboard, and a graphics card graciously given to us by Eric. Yes, that Eric. The Eric who helped me get my first build. He's quite the good Samaritan, honestly. Anyways, these are the results. Notice the desk is the same desk that I used to use. I think we just had a couple extra like keyboard and mouse sitting around, but it played most of the games that we played at the time and stuff. So it was honestly, it was cool. I liked it. Back to my setups. And we're now going to fast forward to around February of 2015. I decided that it was a good idea to try and sell the PC in hopes of getting a smaller, more console-sized PC, because I got sick and tired of moving it from my dad's house to my mom's house. And at the time, the Galaxy S6 had just barely been coming out. So somebody texted me and made me an offer to trade. And I thought, well, it'll be a lot easier and I'll sell it a lot quicker. So, you know, I went with the trade. Long story short, the phone was a fake. I couldn't resell it, and I was basically SOL. Maybe I'll save that story for a different video because it's, I don't know. Also, here's an Epic Gaming container of cheese balls, just to give me the F in the chat that I needed for that scam that I fell for. Fast forward now to July of 2015, and I've saved enough to build a new system. I put a GTX 970 and an AMD 8350 in this system with 16 gigs of RAM and an 850 watt power supply for future upgrading. I hated the case the moment I got it, but for some reason I stuck with it for years. I'll never really know why. I'd like you to notice the monitor which we used for Darius' setup earlier. Also, I hope you like how I'm using a Rock Band mic. Now that's what I call cutting edge innovation. Now it's January of 2017, and I definitely like to point some things out here because wow, this was a huge step. I'll just list off all the upgrades and improvements from the last one. We got a desk and office chair that I bought for my mom for a really good deal, the Blue Yeti microphone, the Black Widow Chroma keyboard, the Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones, the Klipsch Pro Media 2.1 speaker system, the Logitech MMO gaming mouse, the 40-inch TV for my Xbox, and last but not least, we have a new webcam to talk to new strangers on the internet. Also, ignore the vape. We've been over this in a previous video, and you know, it's behind me, but it's not something I'm afraid of to talk about. Anyways, if you want to know more, just go back and watch that video. And we now have where I am as we speak. The PC I made this video on, the PC I stream from, the PC I game on. The whole point of this video is absolutely not to flex on anyone or make anyone feel like they aren't doing as well as me or anything like that. The video was made to show that all this stuff I have, all the knowledge I've acquired has been built up over the past 4 years and will continue to build up. If you're watching this and you want your own PC or want to get into streaming or whatever it is, just save up, work hard, and you can achieve it. You know, for the most part, nothing like this happens overnight unless you just happen to make a lot of money. So, with all that said, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you think of this style of video, I guess, with voiceovers and whatnot. It took a lot longer to make. I actually wrote out a full script. I'm sure that you guys could probably tell because I suck at reading from scripts. Anyways, hit the sub button. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in future videos.